All right, it's official. We're back. Back. We're starting. We were never here in the first place. Hey, please don't talk about my tiara. But what you can talk about is this game. This is Table Goth. Tonight, we are serving Hades High School, an actual play of Monsterhearts 2 with a heavy flavoring of Hades by Supergiant Games. We have discussed our boundaries and safety tools are in place for the cast, but this is a live show if you couldn't tell, so we cannot predict all content that will be explored, but you can expect physical and emotional confrontation, substance use, potential death, and sexually charged scenarios. So please do take care of yourselves as we deal with the best and worst that high school has to offer. Now, joining us at the table, our lovely guest, starting with Vin.
Hi guys, I'm Vin Vox and I'll be playing Hypnos.
Okay. Wes.
Hey, I'm Wes Franks, and I'm playing Thanatos.
Are you?
Hey, I'm playing Thanatos, yeah.
Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel, Ms. Petty Dreadful on the internet, and I'm playing Meg.
April.
Hi everyone, I'm April and I'm playing Dusa.
Prince.
Hello, everyone. I am Prince, also known as Doubles and Dice around the internet, and I am playing Lord King Theseus, the God Slayer, and the Moist Heat.
Okay. And that makes me Bully, the MC. Now, please have a seat. Mind your manners. The table is set. The ritual begins now. All to playing this.
Best moment.
That's us. We're gonna start off by going over some strings and conditions from last time, then doing a little recap on how we got there. Starting with Dusa. Dusa has 3 strings on Hypnos, 1 on Meg, 1 on Theseus, and she still has the condition Nervous Babbler. Hypnos, 3 strings on Theseus, 1 on Thanatos, 1 on Meg, and he's a creeper, and he is rude. Meg, use your strings. 5 on Thanatos, 4 on Theseus, 3 on Dusa, 1 on Hypnos, 2 on Ares, 1 on Artemis, 1 on Zeus, and she's a bitch. Thanatos, you didn't get your strings back after having a brush with death. But he does have the conditions Doomed and Dangerous. And then we have Theseus, who has 1 string each on Hypnos, Thanatos, Meg, Ares, Artemis, and Athena. He is spoiled, he's insecure, and he's also doomed. Aphrodite has collected some strings, 1 on Theseus, 2 on Thanatos, and she's a people pleaser. Dionysus has a condition Doomed. And Poseidon has a string on Theseus, and the conditions insecure and sore loser. It's not super nice, but that's okay. How did we get there? Last time, our group went to the library. They printed out a picture of Poseidon to put in the Employee of the Month portrait. Through some online sleuthing, Than found a pic of Poseidon insinuating a recent mystery love interest. Dusa also checked the yearbooks, found a picture of a student, Demeter, with the gardening club, though this student was not anywhere else in the books. After this, they got some breakfast to get a chaperone for town, and Hades, after getting a bit of an altercation on how to decide punishment for the group for almost killing his son, decided to make Thanatos the student leader instead of Theseus, who was in charge of the group at the time. They did get permission to leave the school to find palms, and they made their way to town. But before departing, Than did see Theseus depart from life by falling down a ladder in a wrestling match against an opponent that was being chanted as the demon. Once in town, the first stop was Falafel House, which Dionysus quickly dipped out of. It is ran by Eurydice, who they met and was getting some gossip from Aphrodite, specifically some shit-talking on Meg when they arrived. Eurydice set them up with free food since it was their first time, and she was interested in getting some tea from the new group. Than went to confront Aphrodite and ended up quickly being pulled in by her wiles. And as she spoke with the rest of the group, she attempted to shut down Dusa, and that is when the first battle of the War of Dusa and Aphrodite. This round went to Dusa, who Dusa shut her down instead, seeming to freeze her in place before Dusa took off and Aphrodite walked away in defeat. Though it did seem Aphrodite had some sort of message for Hypnos that just didn't work out. Then Poseidon showed up. Theseus bragged about winning the match, and as he called it, stunning on some hoes. Poseidon let him know the only hoe he's stunning on is his mother, and then he bounced. The group then went to the Lucky Tooth candy and malt shop ran by Skelly. Inside, Athena was enjoying a shake as Ares was pumping himself up for Skelly's Beat the Heat challenge of eating 3 rounds of just painfully hot and sour candy. Dusa entered because she heard free candy, and Theseus entered because Theseus. Unfortunately, only Ares made it to the final round and almost lost, but Theseus slapped him, motivating him to finish that final round, the Bone Hydra candy, and Ares was able to win the challenge for the first time. It seems he's been trying this a lot. Then they had a manly celebratory combat kiss, and things were all around great in the shop. Even Skelly was inspired to give a free round of malts to everyone. But not everyone was in the shop during this. Outside, Than and Meg shared a sensual cigarette, which led to Than getting turned on, and much like a cigarette, it was a very slow burn. They went looking for palms, finding themselves in a tree, and Meg grabbed them by the chain and planted one on him. They started making out, as one does. While this was happening, Hypnos was watching from the window, seeing that sexually charged cigarette sharing go down, and also saw Eurydice from the Falafel House also watching as they exchanged some acknowledgments. And then Hypnos got to snooping. He did find them smooching, but he also found something else, causing him to wander a little further in the woods, where he saw Dionysus meeting with this strange figure with a long beard and this horned mask. This stranger in the mask seemed to have hurt Hypnos, popped out, shot him with a blow dart, though it only nicked him, and then Hypnos took off and ended up passing out from some sort of effect of whatever was on that dart. And he passed out right underneath our kissing tree. And I can't think of a better moment to jump right in except that one. So, Than, Meg, things are getting hot and heavy. K-I-S-S-I-N-G in the tree. And that's when you hear it. And you look down and you see Hypnos seemingly in a very comfortable nap just below you guys. What'd you like to do?
Thanatos is just gonna shake his head and go, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah, Meg's gonna just help him down from the tree, if that's his reaction.
This
This happen
doesn't
often, or?
No, this doesn't happen often at all. This hasn't happened before. I don't typically bring people out to trees to make out in and then have my brother. What are you doing here? Hypnos.
Yeah, that was most convincing, yawn. You're professional. So you're saying this. Dionysus sort of crashes out of the trees as well. Being, whoa. Everything all right here? Hypnos. Sleepy little koala. What's going on, man? And he sort of kneels down next to him. Oh, that's not looking good. I got something for that. And you see him pop out a little flask. He's like, this will take the edge off. And immediately just puts it in Hypnos' mouth. And Hypnos, you just get a mouthful of this sweet nectar before he sort of takes it out. And he's now looking at your neck. He looks up. Hey, Than, man. Meg. And then goes back to you, Hypnos. Hypnos, I'd like you to give me... Actually, I think this is going to be more of my role. It's opening up. And yeah, all this is happening in front of the two of you. Partial success. And Hypnos, a lot's happening at once, and it's all a familiar feeling. A weird dreamlike state instantly sort of washes over you as you get one swallow of whatever very delicious liquid you put in your mouth. And everything just sort of becomes hazy and weird and sort of not quite keeping up with your vision. You can see Than in this weird distorted voice. You see some sort of weird looming creature in the tree that you think was Meg a moment ago, but who knows now. But what is clear is the very comforting presence of Dionysus just sort of cradling you on the ground. And you hear, hey man, you got a nasty sting back there, but it's going to be all right. And it is going to be all right.
To be fair, I'm already feeling better. It's just fine. It's perfect. It's great.
Awesome. Dionysus sort of, I'll leave him to you, man. And he just sort of hands Hypnos to you, Thanatos.
What?
I grabbed Dionysus.
No. What did you just give my brother?
This? You want some?
It's fine.
Something to take the edge off. I was in there looking for stuff. I saw him go, and you got to be careful in these woods, man. There's a lot of the wildlife, and I'm not just talking the birds and the bees, the plants too. I saw him get stung by a nasty-looking bug. Plopped right over, man. This will just sort of...
Is that what happened?
Well, there was a thing, and I'm sleepy.
There was a thing in your sleep. Dionysus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Did you slip my brother something right in front of me?
That is not my style and absolutely not the vibes I'm going for, man. I mean, if you want your brother to sit here and writhe in pain, that's on you. I just can't see my little koala bear hurt like that, you know?
I don't want him to sit and writhe in pain. He was just asleep underneath the tree I was looking for pomegranates in.
Oh, is that what the kids call it these days? Well, it looks like you found a couple pomegranates right for the picking, so don't let me interrupt you, man. That's not my vibe either. I'm all about enjoy the island, right? Are we cool? Are we cool? He looks at Meg, who has him.
What'd you say he was stung by?
Some sort of bug.
Is that true, Hypnos?
It was yeah. I'm okay though. I'm fine. It's
His
okay.
lips to our ears, you know.
I want to lean in close to Dionysus. And I'm just going to get right up there by his ear, and I'm going to say, if I find out that you've done anything to my brother, I will take you to that brooding cliff. I will tie you to a tree, and I will push you over the edge so you hit every bloody rock on the way down. Do you understand me? I will watch you perish.
Sort of had his eyes closed when he was listening and slowly leans out. Look, man, you're new, so I'm going to be straight with you. I didn't hear anything past the tying up part. I'm just letting you know I'm cool with it. I don't want to get in between what you have, but also I'd gladly get in between what you have if that's what you need. Y'all have a good one.
I'll let him go.
Okay? Got some panther claws on you, girl. I like that. And he sort of takes a few steps away. Wait, am I reading this right? Do you want me to stay? I don't know how to read this situation anymore, man. Y'all are wild.
I'll see you later, Dionysus.
Okay. These vibes make sense to me. He heads off. Now, you be careful with your brother, though. I know they mean it when they say the island's dangerous. There is wild stuff out here, you know?
Understood.
Tight. And he heads off.
Hypnos, what the hell were you doing out here?
I saw you and yeah, and
Meg?
yeah, there you go. Sorry. It's just
Call me
everything's
Meg
a
and
little
you wanted to follow us?
maybe.
And you said this doesn't happen often?
This has never happened before in my entire life. I don't think.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Like, yeah, I'll be okay.
If anybody ever hurt you, I'd drag them to hell in a moment's notice.
I thought the cliff part was pretty cool. At least let me watch.
I have front row seats.
Yeah.
Meg, I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to be sorry for, man.
Maybe we can go hunt for pomegranates later.
Yeah. Rain check.
Good. Good.
You got him, or?
I've got him. I've got him. Yes, I've got him. I'll go ahead and take him.
Okay.
Come on, let's see if we can get you a first aid kit or something. Check out a bug bite. Bug bite? What kind of fucking... Yeah.
I mean, you saw the rats on this fucking place.
Fair enough.
Where are you taking him?
To be fair, something.
I just head back to Skelly's.
Okay.
Lucky too, unless Than wanted to go or Hypnos wanted to go somewhere different. But just get him in a booth.
Sure. Head back to Lucky Tooth. Lucky Tooth is popping. Celebrations are going on. Free malts being passed out. It's weird energy that's hard to read right away, but a lot of energy, that's for sure. The only somewhat calm in the storm is Athena, who just seems very amused, big smile, but still just sort of casually sipping her malt. Theseus and Ares are just getting each other fucking pumped up. Dusa, I said Ares would be grabbing you and getting you in on it too.
She's an unwilling participant. Not unwilling, but she just doesn't know what to do. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Little Dusa just being sort of carried around as well. Big celebrations happening. Something clearly life-changing has just taken place.
Yeah, I imagine that that Theseus and Ares are basically like tossing Dusa in the air like a little baby, catching Dusa.
Just sit down right here, Hypnos. Skelly? You said your name's Skelly?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you know a place where I can get some, like, cortisone cream or something for my brother?
I got ice cream. Cortisone flavored, I'm not so sure. I can't help you, boyo. I'm sorry. I wish there was something I can do. I'm a simple man. I hear cream, I think ice cream. I got malts, I got candy.
I will buy a Neapolitan malt if you can help me find a place that I can get some kind of bug.
Thanatos, chill out. Just dance, bro.
Do you have...
Am I tall enough that I
around?
can reach over and grab Dusa from the toss?
Sure, you can intercept her at some point.
And just set her down?
Hi. Did something happen? Oh, what's wrong with him? Do you need help?
If you need help, though, I would suggest you school boyo. That's what they got. All them big brain people that can help you out with stuff like that.
Dusa packed a bag.
Dusa does.
I stated Dusa packed a bag.
Absolutely.
I grabbed Dusa out and I'm like, "You've got a first aid kit?"
Oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Turn her towards Hypnos.
Oh no! What happened? Hold on. Let me help. And I will
Just
start.
looks very tired, maybe a little hungover somehow. I don't know what's going on with him.
Is there clearly a wound? I'll start.
Yeah, he's got. It's not that bad of a wound, but it's definitely like a nick on the side of their neck.
Oh, it's kind of like a nick. Do we have any ice? We might need ice. And I'll use like the little rubbing alcohol.
Ice,
wipes to
baby,
clean
here we
it.
go. And yeah, he'll slide out a bucket of ice.
I will start.
I
tending to
helped.
Hypnos. Thank you so much. That was a very big help.
Well, ice ain't free, but yeah.
How much do I owe you for the ice?
The ice is free, it's fine. We're having a celebration. My gift to you.
What are we celebrating?
Beat the heat. Ares beat the heat. And Ares is
It
like,
was really cool.
I beat the fuck out of that heat. He just looks at you with the most intense, serious... You didn't think I could do it?
I never said that you couldn't do it.
You got the best pep talk of all time, bro.
It wasn't
The
really
best
good
one of
talk.
all time.
I don't say this a
two
lot,
drink
but
from
I
the
couldn't
same
have done it
milkshake?
without these two. And he just puts a meaty hand on each of them.
That
And
is-
you can't take that from us.
I would never
Can't.
dream of it. I would
You
never
saying you
dream-
could beat the heat faster than me?
I think he's saying he could beat the heat faster than you.
I fucking knew
I think he might be.
it.
I mean, we're gonna be here for a few minutes. I gotta take care of Hypnos. If you want to try, you can try.
I will attempt to beat the heat.
Athena just sort of looks at you a little confused and just, you don't have to. I would suggest not answering a call to action from Ares, especially when it's like this.
Yeah, I think you've handled enough heat for one day, Than.
And also, if you do manage to beat the heat, it will make the situation very bad.
he won't do it anyway, so I guess it won't matter that much.
We only made it through one round, so it's not. You probably shouldn't do it. It was very painful.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If we only made it through one round, that means that Dan might not make it through any rounds. Honestly,
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it was really difficult, and
like
It feels wrong to participate.
Dusa,
in this
we're made of
anymore. And
strong
Athena's gonna
stuff.
pay her bill.
Dusa.
and-
We're made of strong stuff.
this seems the opposite of what I was trying to do with it by encouraging. But
Wasn't this supposed to be a celebration?
Yeah, we're celebrating.
yeah.
But now we don't just like a challenge has been issued.
not everything has to be a fight.
Thanatos is just gonna turn and look at Ares and go, I would never dream of coming close to beating the heat much like you. You are truly a more impressive specimen than I could ever be. And I'm sure that one day when you die, even the coroner shall be impressed by the state of your corpse. So, you are the Beat the Heat champion. I am but a lowly pauper.
Had to go and make it creepy, didn't you? And Theseus just walks out after that.
When Theseus says that, Thanatos is gonna look at him, just wink. Just yeah. It's his brand.
Yusa just turns, just work on Hypnos, and just gets out of this conversation.
Look, man, I know you meant that, and I appreciate it. But please don't talk to me like that again. Makes me uncomfortable. And I fucking love death. I don't give a fuck about death. Honestly, fuck death. But there's something still sort of uncomfortable about what you were bringing to that. Anyway. Good talk, man. Fight the fucking
Good
power.
talk.
Fight everything. And he leaves.
It's going to be a lot worse than that.
Leaving Than, Meg, Hypnos, and Dusa working on Hypnos. Dusa, do you have a thing to use here?
No, not yet.
Mm.
Unless you want to let me roll on some stuff and fail real quick.
Well, healing just happens as long as you take the time. Well, this is a question. Once per session, you may heal a harm. Are you delicately and intimately, perhaps with erotic subtext, helping Hypnos treat their wounds?
I don't know if anything Dusa does is erotic. I don't think she really has that energy.
Is it intimate?
She is being very gentle and nice and sweet.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll go with that.
You help. It's an easy band-aid job. There definitely was some sort of coating. There's something, like maybe got stung by something poisonous that was there on the wound as well.
Ooh, I would definitely then like wipe that off with something and like keep that. Be like, there's something in the wound. It's a weird. You might want to get it checked. You're not paying attention. Okay, cool. I'll put it down.
Okay, you have that. Anything else?
Thanks.
I should probably. I'm gonna take Hypnos back to their room because I don't know what's going on here, but they should probably go back. You guys can figure it out from here.
Remember, no matter how hurt you think you are, you'll always bounce back. I do. And you can too. You'll be alright, Boyle.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll let them deal with this. Come on.
Okay. With that, where do people want to disperse to, or is there anything else significant that you want to accomplish this day?
I would like to at least find at least one pomegranate spot before I go back. I do actually want to.
I actually want to find a
Yeah.
palm. You're looking for something. So I'm going to ask you to gaze into the abyss. Name what you're looking for. Roll with dark.
All Looking for some palms. Some palm power. Not to be confused with Pom Pom Squad.
Oh.
Motherfuck.
Do you level up? Do you get
This
experience?
is on brand. Yeah, he's already got one, so.
That's a failure for the class. You do not see a palm as you go out, physically looking, but also sort of gazing, trying to supernaturally find this thing. You instead see many palms, many palms. A horde of them. You see them being squeezed. You see them being bitten, eaten from, squeezed into juice into other people's mouth. You see this just ecstatic orgy of individuals and palms. It's dark though. You can see these are silhouettes of these things. The only thing you can see in this vision, the palms are clear, the juice is bright, but it's just shadows holding it and holding them and eating them and squeezing them. There is a sudden burst of lightning, just a few flashes that light up the room, almost blinding you. Though you can see almost a figure standing. You can see the lightning came from the entrance of a cave, maybe? And all this is going on inside of a cave. And then you just sort of come to. No palms, though.
That fucker's hoarding all the pomegranates.
What?
That unwashed ass of a man is hoarding all of the pomegranates.
Zeus?
I've got a theory. Yes.
That he doesn't wash his ass?
I was waiting for that.
I just saw a group of people all just squeezing the juices of the palms into each other's mouths, eating them, sharing them. It looked like an orgy, but it was so many pomegranates, and then there was lightning. And there was something, a figure, standing in the middle. I don't know if it was him or not, but if there was one piece of shit on this island that would do that, it's fucking Zeus.
But why?
I don't know if I want to know. Why does Persephone need the palms so badly?
Because they're not supposed to grow here.
So they're unnatural species. If they're
Yeah,
unnatural species, they're
weird.
rare.
That they grow here. We could go ask her about it.
Yeah, we can... How do you feel about sneaking out?
Okay, I'm gonna, just in the context of looking for pomegranates, I'm gonna be, earlier you said, do you want to go look for pomegranates later? I didn't think that's what we were gonna be doing right now.
We can do either. We can do one of before the other. It's fine.
Great, okay. I feel fine about it.
All right. Good. We'll have to go to the caves, though.
All right.
Okay, with that, this discussion happening, and anything else you guys want to do that day, or really even that weekend if we want to start stretching time here. Hypnos is Dusa, go ahead.
I would take Hypnos to the nurse's office, not to their room.
Okay.
Haha. Give me a nurse.
The nurse is Persephone. who gives Hypnos something for the pain, an anti, or something that in case it was something poisonous or whatnot that would help with that. But upon their inspection, it doesn't seem like anything that serious. If anything, are checking a little suspicious where she keeps re-asking what happened and insinuating, like, you sure you guys just weren't, I don't know, maybe drinking and he got into an accident? Because Hypnos is drunk, and you've brought a drunk student to my office, and that's... I'm not here to play that role and police that.
Gave medicine because Hypnos got hit by something and was unconscious.
Dionysus gave medicine. You're hearing the words you're telling me, right?
I don't know why that's... I've only been here for 2 days, and I didn't know what else to do.
Honestly, you did great. You did the right thing by bringing Hypnos to me. Hypnos will be fine. You will be fine. Okay. Do not take medicine from Dionysus.
Noted.
Hypnos is drunk and he needs to sleep it off. Seems like he's nursing a hangover right now.
I'm going to take Hypnos back to their room, and I'll make sure that happens.
Perfect. Obviously, if it gets worse, please let me know, but it shouldn't.
Will do. Are there a lot of very thorny, poisonous plants on this island and bugs?
The local flora and fauna are, they can be dangerous.
Okay, it was just weird. But okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. You go get Hypnos tucked in.
I go to tuck Hypnos in their nest and leave them be.
Anything else for the day?
I think Theseus would go and check on Athena and Artemis over this weekend to hang out.
To hang out, of course. Yeah. What's the plan? What's the approach? What's the pitch?
Well,
especially those two. Are you like going to them one at a time? Are you they room together? You showing up to the room and being like...
This would be catching up with Athena immediately after this whole situation at the candy shop.
Mm-hmm.
And basically being like, we were just swept up in the moment. Things just happened and we were hanging out, and I'm still trying to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe we can study again sometime.
There are a lot of really... Well, I am probably the smartest. There are other people that actually might be a little more with that speed if you need a study partner.
I'm looking for the smartest person on the island. And I think I'm looking at her.
The smartest person on the island just tends to take things a little more seriously. And it is my senior year, and I have a lot to do. And while you have very much surprised me with your academic excellence so far, I'm not sure that there's a big reason for us to continue studying in this way.
I think if you don't learn to let your hair down a little bit every now and then, all of this will just pass you by, and you'll realize that none of the time you spent, none of the things you've done were truly worth it.
Yes. Squeeze all that life has to offer because you're owed it is very much a sentiment that my fellow classmates might share with you.
Owed it. Something that you need to do for yourself. Because you don't know the real you until you've gotten some experiences behind you. But if you don't want to study with me, that is A-okay. I appreciate the time we've shared together so far. But if you do want to let your hair down a little bit, and a bit of a different way than some of your God Squad friends, come find me.
I was looking for a different way, but I think you're a lot more like them than you want to admit. That's not a bad thing. It's just not my thing. But we'll see how school goes. It's just the first week. If things get harder, I know where to look for you.
Have a good day, Athena.
You too, Theseus. Are you going to Artemis next?
Artemis would be the next day because I want Artemis to show me around the island and the places to avoid because Artemis would know.
Absolutely.
Actually, I would bring Dusa with me if Dusa is up for that.
Hell yeah, I'm down for this buddy comedy. Let's go.
Amazing. So we have Theseus, Dusa, and Artemis will gladly show you around the island. You learn that Artemis more or less is like a permanent pass. She is the most successful at locating palms and so there's a thing which you all will have to do too is your senior year, you're able to choose a teacher to sort of have an independent study with, something that you feel a calling to, something that will help you figure out you. A lot of people use that free Friday to sort of time for that. And Artemis's involves tracking and making notes of the local wildlife.
Absolutely perfect.
And she's very happy to take you two along. Yeah, she would. She'd say she'll meet you in the morning. Theseus wakes up early. He does his push-ups. Theseus is up and ready. And you can see she's impressed as she comes down in her full sort of almost like a Moonrise Kingdom-esque like shorts and little like scout outfit ready to hit the island. This would be bright and early, which I don't know. Is Dusa an early riser as well?
Of course she is.
Yeah, these are the two that would not be bothered by this. Yeah.
She has to do her morning cleaning.
Yes, it is the weekend. Everyone's sleeping in. These three are just like fresh, ready to go on their outing as she meets you in your dorm. I'll admit, I was surprised to hear that you're interested in this, Theseus.
Knowledge is power.
So I've heard. And Dusa, you're joining us as well.
Yes, I would love to learn more about the island and all the things that are here.
I would love to show you. It is important to note that the quieter we are, the more we can learn. She's looking right at Dusa.
Okay.
Perfect. Please follow me. Observe. I can show you some really cool things. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
We got attacked by large rats very early to our time on the island. And have you encountered those before?
I have encountered rats. Is there anything else about these rats, or are they just large?
Spit acid came up out of the ground like an earthquake.
They were in the caves, I believe.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, let's look around and see if we can find any traces of these. Sounds fascinating. Please follow me.
So we go.
And it is not difficult for either of you to discern that Artemis knows what you're talking about and is playing naive. Artemis is not nearly as good as these social deceptions as the rest, though. But But yeah, you have a great Saturday walking around the island. Or she doesn't even really explain things to you. She moves just quietly, like a predator cat through the plants. But you do your best to sort of keep up. And every so often she'll just stop, and you just see just the serene appreciation as she'll inspect something, and all she'll simply do is she just will point at it and allow you two to admire, not really explaining it, just showing you different things. You find this really just majestic little glade with some deer that seem to be sort of just getting water from it. And she just takes a long time to sort of watch this. She points out there are different things that grow here. Most make sense to grow here, though. She finds a palm that she will just sort of simply hold out for either one of you to take.
Theseus grabs it and then hands it to Dusa.
Thank you.
And you go around checking out other cool things, but never really getting into the caves, quite specifically avoiding them. She seems to show you some other really cool spots, and she really takes her time at these spots, but seems to make a point of not going to the mountain or the caves.
I absolutely press her about that.
Do you want to convince her to go, and how so?
No, I want to know why she's avoiding it. I don't like, she doesn't have to go, but I want to know why she's avoiding. If she was like talking about it, wanting to see it, and then being like, let's scooch away the other way.
A lot of times I just simply sort of feel these things out. I go wherever I feel like I'm called. I didn't feel called in that direction today. And during the day, I would think they would have to leave the caves to maybe forage for things. I've checked a lot of spots that we could find them, but we haven't.
So we should go back at night.
That could be dangerous.
You seem like you can handle yourself in dangerous situations.
I suppose I could.
I'd like to get to know exactly what you can handle. And Theseus winks.
Give me a turn 'em on roll.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Respectfully walking away.
Oh, there you are, Ground. Oh, good.
She like jellyfishes backwards, like, oh, this is weird.
A failure.
Ooh.
Hate to see it.
Ding.
Artemis doesn't have a condition to tap, and I do have any. You have a string on her. You can use it to get a +1.
I'll just take this L. I'll take this L.
Take the L, and you take the XP.
Indeed.
And yeah, she sort of plays with her braid a little bit. We should be getting back quietly. Chill.
Okay.
Back into the woods. You saw there's a smile there. There wasn't really a discomfort as much as she's truly unsure of how to proceed in this situation. And then the easiest thing to do is just to go back home. So that's what you do.
Thanatos whispers to Dusa, like, it's not the hottest trip you've ever been on. Seriously. It's like a cat. But like, a sexy cat.
Deuce's gonna like pat Theseus on the shoulder. I won't tell anyone, it's okay. And shh.
Oh, I love that. Okay. From here, anything else that weekend? That weekend, one thing to note, Sunday is also tryouts. If Theseus is still interested in that, though, let's check with the others to see if there's anything else you wanted to do that weekend.
You said definitely studies. I need to make that known. She started studying already. She's gonna get A's.
Looking ahead in the syllabus, doing some reading, getting in a try-hard mode.
We're a little bit before it's time to study and everything like that, lean to studies. So I would definitely, other than sneak out at one time just to go explore the caves, because fuck it, let's go. I'm going to lean to that condition. I would like to run the ropes with Theseus and Hypnos. Try to see if we can get Hypnos to some moves under his belt, you know?
Yes.
Just in case, you know?
Absolutely. Give me... I want a volatile roll from all three of you, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
Big fail for Than. Big success for Theseus. The biggest fail for Hypnos.
Roll 20 said fuck them.
So
Can you add taking care of the wounded brothers to the list of things I have to do this weekend?
While getting Hypnos sort of more familiar with this, and also while you saw something terrible happen to Theseus, you very much concerned with training Theseus as well. You guys put in some work on that Saturday. Like you said, hitting the ropes, hitting the ring, going through some warm-ups and practicing some moves. While practicing one of these moves, basic rope work, basic throwing against the rope type of stuff, at one point, the brothers, just meeting of the minds, just a crack of the heads as something goes wrong. Hypnos wasn't quite paying attention right, or maybe Thanatos sort of messed up the release. You both fucked it up, and you're both paid for it, as you're both going to take a harm, as you essentially give each other a concussion for the day. Just a move gone horribly, horribly wrong. Take your XP. Theseus, all around, great fucking training session. You're not sure if...
I was trying.
Yeah,
I was trying.
You know what was happening with the other two, but you didn't let that slow you down. Thanatos knows what he's talking about, but he clearly he needs to work on the execution as well. But it gives you a burst of confidence and a great workout to sort of carry you into your tryouts, we'll say. Which, let's do that. That happened the previous night. So, long story short with these, Theseus is a natural athlete. Tryouts, generally, this is a football team, going very well. You're impressive on the field. Other people recognize it. Sisyphus, the coach, recognizes it. But it's not enough. What is Theseus going to do to stand out? Is he attempting to knock someone off the throne? Is there a specific position you're going for? Or is there something you just want all the focus on you as you pull off something wild?
Quarterback, baby.
QB, which, that's Zeus.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, fucking perfect.
And it's a interesting dynamic here. You didn't, I mean, Poseidon was generally friendly with you guys. You didn't have a great run in him with last time. So he seems to sort of also fallen back into that Zeus pocket of influence here, as those two are sort of making your trials harder than they need to be. It's nice, though, fully have Ares. Ares has your back. Ares is a fucking monster out here, a goddamn star. He's not the quarterback, but he's in there. He's running back, tight end. He's doing everything he needs to do, and he's helping you set up plays as well. So it's not just you against everyone. What's the move here? What do you want to happen to put Theseus on top and knock Zeus down a notch?
So Theseus would probably talk with Sisyphus about this a little bit ahead of time. But Theseus, I'm going to assume he's a little bit more lithe and mobile than Zeus. And so he is going to, play that triple option QB role that he doesn't think Zeus can do, and just uses agility to kind of show off his prowess on the field and bring a dynamic that Zeus couldn't possibly bring.
Triple threat. So you're not saying I'm a better QB than Zeus. You could do it all, Zeus.
No, he probably can throw an 80-yard ball, but I can throw 60, and I can also run faster than him and dodge a few tackles instead of trying to run people over.
Okay, this is volatile.
Oh, jeez.
And you can definitely add one to this for your I don't remember what your move's called.
Heroic deeds.
Heroic deeds. You're trying to be top guy on campus here. This plays into that. $11. We got a full success. Just because I want to see what happens here. Ooh, you called it. You called it. You let Sisyphus know, and then you came out and you showed it. Zeus, great quarterback. Especially, he knows his plays, he knows his players. But he cannot run you. He's not as versatile as you. He can't adapt to situations. Things are going well. Zeus is fucking in his element, and he's throwing rockets. But you start changing things up. You start throwing him off and sort of suggesting new things that Sisyphus is all about. And you just see his growing frustration, a lot of which he sort of takes out on Poseidon as it goes. And eventually, you got under his skin. And at the end of it, you showed up. You did what you came to do. And you definitely looked better than Zeus doing it. And the whole team took notice here. You could see Zeus sort of pulling the coach aside at the end, having a private chat with him. But you could tell he's just steaming. And it's one of those things where every time Zeus isn't looking, someone's like, hey, man, good job. But not really in front of Zeus much.
Not in front of him.
Ares doesn't care. Ares is fucking psyched for you. He does one of those things where after a fucking amazing toss, he runs in, does the face mask grab and just helmet to helmet, lingers a little too long for a second, and then just, fuck yeah. All around. Great fucking tryout. And at the end of it, once things are posted, sure enough, Theseus is the new quarterback for the Hades High Hydras.
QB1, baby!
Zeus still on the team, but not in his position. He congratulates you. He seems like a good sport about it, but there's so much obvious just venom underneath it. Okay. That's how tryouts went. I think the only thing we might have to resolve before we start getting into classes and all that is there's a sneak out. Is this a full group sneak out?
I think there's two things, because I just remembered that I have that picture that I need to replace.
Yes.
On the sneak out, if we do group sneak out.
And you guys
Absolutely.
haven't told us
We do
about
do
it yet,
sneak out.
so
I mean, there's time. We can tell you about it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Because-
the time's all wobbly right now.
Yeah.
I just making sure. I didn't
Yeah.
want to
Time
invite
is
us to your.
circle,
I didn't want to invite us to your palm
Yeah, it
session.
could have been a sneak out for two.
Look, look.
Look, April
There could be a
heard what
sneak
you
out off the
what
sneak out,
Than
okay?
said to Meg about like what you could do before or after. So I'm just trying to be nice here, okay? Never mind.
All right.
Speaking of, assuming you guys get together, Than sort of brings everyone in. It probably coincides kind of nicely with Theseus' thing too, where you were specifically not shown the caves, which there's an added layer of curiosity there now from that. Than sort of brings up the idea that if everyone's down, to sneak out that weekend. Is that the plan, to check out the caves?
Absolutely.
And we also have to switch out the
You
picture.
got to face the fears here.
Yeah.
Got to go.
Bring the portrait along. Put that up on the way out or the way back.
Yeah, dude.
Whichever your preference is.
Yeah.
Are there any palm fondling that happens before before
actually, yes.
it was presented?
I take my palm and turn it in. Suck it, guys.
Yes, you turn in your palm to Persephone, who is overjoyed, really impressed.
Gotta keep.
Are you
this
taking credit
image up.
for it?
No, I am. It's Dusa. Oh, we went out with Artemis and Theseus, and Artemis and I found this, and I thought we should bring it back because that was part of the goal.
Yeah, she's ecstatic. She's like, yeah, this is great. First weekend out, and already. I mean, yeah, Artemis is great at this, but they've been. Supply seems to be dwindling. You know, I don't want to actually hurt the.
Oh no.
The natural. You know, I don't want to take so many that they can't continue growing in a healthy rate. But this is great. This is perfect. This is a really good.
Should I take it
specimen.
back?
No. This is perfect. Artemis knows. And yeah, she's a good one to hang out with. I'm glad you're getting along with some of the old students as well.
If they're dwindling, should we keep picking them? I was going to ask for another slip just so we could go back out because we found the one and I wanted to keep going. It was a lot of fun.
I'll give you another slip, but you don't have to bring back another palm.
Okay. But I would like to do that as well. But thank you.
Thank you, Dusa. You're doing good work. She'll give you another slip.
And I take it back.
Yeah. All right. What about the rest?
Are we going as a group? We doing the group stuff?
Yeah, it'll be as a group.
Okay.
Then when I get back, I tell them I have a slip for us to go back out for more pomegranates.
I think Theseus would ask Artemis again, like, since we're going out at night and we're potentially talking about seeing what's in the caves, bring the hunter.
Yeah, Artemis would pull you aside. Theseus, I think you're going to be great. And I can see that in you. You're going to be different, and I think you're going to shake things up here, if I can use the term. Especially against some of those who, I don't know, I'm eager to see the status quo shifted. But I'm telling you this as a friend. I don't think that's a good idea. It is actually dangerous out there. Of course, it's nothing you can't handle, but...
I walk on the wild side. I laugh in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha. Don't tell me you've never seen Lion King.
I have. One of my favorites. I'll go, but I need to at least tell someone that I'm leaving, just in case something happens.
Okay. If that's the case, then maybe you should stay.
Oh. Yeah, I can stay too.
I think Zeus is a little bit mad at me, and if this gets back around to him, that will be more trouble than it's worth.
I mean, you're not afraid of Zeus, right?
I'm not
One of the
afraid
first
of
people I've
Zeus.
seen really stand up to him in a long time.
I'm not afraid of Zeus. I just don't want to cause problems for my friends. But if you can keep a secret, you don't have to tell anyone. Well, maybe we can tell someone on faculty, and
No,
keep
it would be suspended for leaving at night.
Then maybe we should just not tell anyone, and you just come hang out with us. It'll
I'm
be fun, I promise.
not good at keeping secrets.
You are one to hide in the shadows, move like the sexy, the smoothest, gracefulest cat that I've ever seen. I'm sure you can keep a secret.
Roll that hot.
Oh, I'm gonna fail again. It's gonna be awful.
It's the fastest level up. Theseus is speed running it, and for the audience, that's a 4.
We were rooting for you, buddy. We were rooting for you.
Well,
Honestly.
there's another check mark on the XP.
Use the string.
Roll 20. Roll 20. Is
The
such a
string's not
goddamn
gonna help
compliment.
me.
My hacking
Such a
worked.
goddamn compliment. Damn.
She just sort of please be careful. I do mean that. I
Okay.
I will heed your advice and stay here.
And Theseus doesn't even say anything else. He just kind of like about faces to the elevator, like red cheeked and all, just like.
Yeah, you turn. You could feel that moment where you're both just sort of standing there, where you like want the other one to like fix the situation or come back or do something. Neither of you really have it in you, and then you just sort of you take a couple steps, you turn around, and she, as quiet as she is, already gone. But you head back down to the rest of this.
And I'm just like,
ragtag
I don't
group.
think Artemis can come.
Not the way
Well,
you've been rolling.
That's sad.
Oh, I see what you did there, and I hate it. Yeah, yeah. I don't think she's gonna snitch on us though, so that's good. Yeah.
It would have been fine if she did either way.
What?
Yeah. Let them know we're coming.
Let who know?
Zeus, he backhanded me. I
What?
don't know that we're doing something.
Oh,
Okay.
Much rather him be jumping at shadows than anything else.
Any more preparations or anything that needs to be said or done before heading out, sneaking out at night? Let's first stop the lounge.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we should do that when we come back. Because if we're all gone and someone discovers that and we're not here,
Then we have an alibi.
Exactly.
Exactly. Also,
okay.
we don't want to get damaged by acid rats or get lost someplace or, you know, what else might
That's
happen.
true.
Fucking giant hand with shackles on it wraps us up.
What a weird thing.
You think of weird things.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's not from any kind of source material or anything. You know, I don't.
Hydra made of bones. Who knows?
Fucking who knows?
I heard
Wild.
there's a minotaur somewhere.
If only.
I'd fight a minotaur.
Okay, lounge first then is what I'm hearing.
Dusa also packs a bag and refills the first aid kit.
Smart.
That has
smart.
become the most useful thing I've done.
Yes, it is.
Theseus just brings a flashlight. That's it.
Okay.
Thanatos is wearing some B&E clothes, all black.
Yes.
Just fucking.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
all
like
black is a
every day.
given.
Dusa's not wearing all black. She goes back in her room and changes after Meg says.
You come out and Meg throws you like one of her older leather jackets, and it's like it's way too long for you. Like,
Thank you.
Hypnos.
Listen, we're staying snugly warm. That weird cave.
Okay. You guys sneak out. Make it to the lounge. No one's there, as they should not be. And you place in the Employee of the Month board a nice portrait of Poseidon.
Whose portrait did we take down?
Has not been replaced. You stole it.
Oh, okay.
They've
I
been
just
waiting
making
for
sure.
the culprit to reveal themselves.
Oh no.
Yeah, you put it up. Job well done. Start heading out. No issues here. Out in the wilderness, what's the plan? Are you just walking towards a mountain, hopping in the first cave you see? Is there something particular? Does anyone want to gaze in the abyss to guide their way?
Oh.
Both of you.
Oh.
Anyone. All three of you.
Yeah.
I will take all the
do it.
gazes you can give me.
I
If
wanna-
you guys would like to reach out into that unknown something. Theseus is right.
We're all gonna gaze.
Theseus is like, I squint.
I squint into the abyss. If you want to roll that dark, let's see it.
Meg leans over to Theseus, like, do you know what they're doing?
Absolutely not. But if I squint, maybe I can figure out what they're looking at.
Get your
Thanatos
flashlight.
success. Hypnos success. Deuce a partial success. Theseus fail.
Bruh.
This is not my day. It's not my day.
Is that the level up?
Bruh button made.
Is that the level up?
I've already leveled up. That's
Oh,
two
no.
more on top of the level up. I was gazing. I don't know what I got out of the abyss. Probably some evil shit hunting me, but you know.
So, heading out, just sort of reaching into the unknown, hoping to find something known, find where, I mean, the mountain's fucking huge. There's a massive labyrinth cave system in there. Where to start? You're not even sure exactly what you're looking for, but you know there's something there to be found. Thanatos and Hypnos, our brothers Grimm. You can all hear, as you guys can just sort of see the path clearly ahead of you, and specifically see a cave entrance, or one of the splits in the tunnel, were sort of carved above it, almost like carved above the door. The rest of you see this and hear this, and it's rather odd, as Hypnos just says, live freely, and Thanatos says, die freely. As that is what each of you see written across this entranceway to one of the tunnels. Dusa, partial success. You get a confusing one. You can see the path, but that's because you're following someone. You're following yourself. And you can see, well, at some point, the group goes down one tunnel, you go down another. Because, I mean, that's the whole idea right here, is to find yourself. Find yourself. You hear this. You're someone who's, you like your duties. You like knowing what you're supposed to do. And there's the sense of you are in here. And you go tunnel, turning. And you find an immaculately prepared, clean cave. Something that would make even you proud. And this feels more like where you're supposed to be than anywhere else. There's something drawing you towards this. It's not necessarily what maybe the rest are looking for, but this is something you should go to. Something that has some sort of answer for you. Some sort of essence of you that you felt missing is there. Theseus. You see them saying weird things, squinting, you're looking, you don't know what the hell's going on. But as you get near the cave, you do see someone has probably been here before. Someone has left a red string leading into the tunnels. That is where we will take our break. coming back, getting in the caves in a little bit. In the meantime, please check out our musical partners, Ionic, as they sing some sweet, sweet Hades tunes. We'll be back in a few minutes. Goodbye. We're back. We've had some shutting them downs off camera, and now we're ready.
Yeah.
We had our visions. Everything went great, and we are now at the mouth heading into the caves, we'll say. Proceed. What y'all want to do?
I'm following visions.
Y'all see anything? I ain't see nothing.
We
Y'all
just
did
walked
this
in.
weird squinting thing, so
We saw the words on top of the cave,
Live free.
or just those two?
Just those two. Those two had like a shared vision. Like you saw each other, and then you saw the thing, and then you heard them. You heard Hypnos read the first part, Than read the second part. Live freely, die freely.
Die freely.
Dusa saw her own thing. Theseus still sees that red string.
I go over to the red string and pick it up.
Yeah, it's a sturdy sort of red yarn type of deal.
I show it to the rest of the group. Like, y'all seen this before?
You don't know what the fuck Theseus is talking about.
Did you eat more of the gummies before we came out here?
Oh, gummies. Y'all can't see this?
No.
He's like
No.
pulling the string.
You okay, man?
How long did those
Apparently
things
not.
last?
Look, he accused us earlier this weekend about us all seeing weird shit, and finally he's seeing weird shit. It's coming to a head.
Listen, how do y'all not see this? It is real. It is in my hand. It's a string. You know what? Let me see if I can choke one of y'all out with it. Who's into that?
Try it.
Never mind. I'll just try to tie it around your. Oh, y'all just try to put it around her arm.
Yeah, I mean, you put it on her arm.
Did feel it?
Meg, you don't know what he's he's doing a great job miming tying your arm.
Cool.
Okay, so we're not gonna follow Theseus in here, but I think that we should try to see if we can follow foot traffic, try to look for footprints. I'm thinking that there's something happening in these caves. Something related with the pomegranates?
I forgot to tell you. I was told that the pomegranates are in short supply.
Okay, and
That it's like someone was probably, I don't know. They said someone had a lot of them, and I think that they were taking all of them, and it's causing a
They're
problem on the
biting
island.
them, and they're juicing them.
There
I saw
is
something earlier.
a monstrous thunderclap that shakes the cave walls as out of nowhere as torrential downpour starts right from outside the cave.
There it is. That's the sign.
that's a sign that
there's a cave.
Zeus is a fucking asshole.
Why would
Telling you, he does
How?
something with the weather.
That
lightning
doesn't make
and
any
shit.
Was? Would you say that out loud?
All right,
What is-
screw all of you.
Shot.
Going to get in. She's got her.
Yeah, go follow your string.
Look,
Theseus just starts walking now.
Theseus, that's not a good idea. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, Theseus rounds a corner.
Going through the cave.
Okay, are you following Theseus or going like Than and Hypnos? You kind of know the way. Dusa a little bit as well.
I'm gonna follow my own way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Go
I'm just gonna
your
say,
own way.
Just going.
You're heading
following-
towards Theseus or towards the correct way that you feel? Those are two different ways.
heading the correct way that I feel. Theseus can go and do his.
He
I
can't.
got.
Come on, man. I don't know what the fuck this string shit is, but it's weird, and I'm gonna try to drag him. And I'm gonna use one of my strings. to try to get him to do something he doesn't want to do?
Who?
Theseus.
Okay, Theseus, that's up to you. She's offering you a string, which you can do what she wants you to do, and you receive XP.
Yeah, I'll
could
do it.
Ignore it and
I
do your own
guess.
damn thing.
I'll do it. Because he's mostly just being petulant right now. More than
Theseus?
having an idea what he's doing.
We can add that to the list of titles.
So he just comes and as Meg comes to get him, he just kind of does a fine.
We can follow your string afterwards or something. Whatever that. If it's, I don't know.
It's real. I'm telling you, it's real.
Okay,
I can still
hey.
see it tied around Meg's arm.
Hey, I'm not gonna try to gaslight you or anything. If you see it, you see it. But we've got other things to figure out. All right.
Okay. I'll head in deeper into the cave, following the brothers' intuition. Twist after turn after turn, quickly sort of maybe trying to keep track of how many turns, but it quickly becomes impossible. But that doesn't really deter the brothers. Theseus, looking back every so often, making sure he can still see the string, you've lost it.
What the fuck?
Not on Meg's arm, it's nowhere. But what you do see, with your flashlights, you can see carved above a tunnel entranceway, live freely. Die freely.
Knew it. Good job.
But this is after quite a bit of walking. What you don't see is Dusa.
Shit.
Whose almost supernatural ability to escape situations seems to have come into play here.
Oh.
So, do you proceed forward, or do you look for Dusa? You know, she couldn't have gone far. She was just there, but she absolutely is not there now.
As much as I want to go, I think we might need to find Dusa. I don't
Could
know.
I try to lean into my semi-supernatural ability, no escape, to I don't know how this will come into play, because technically she didn't run away, so mechanically I can't be the worst thing she ran into, but to try to find her. Is there any way that can come into play?
It may in the very near future. At this moment, it does not.
Okay.
Let's
Do
just.
that.
You know what? No. I'm going to say you can. You absolutely can.
Okay. I don't like.
Normally, you do not need to roll for this, but in this particular creative application of this power, please give me a dark roll.
Uh-oh.
Who?
Me.
Meg.
Do I get to use my dark to get away from them?
We'll see what happens here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just gonna roll.
Got this.
You don't got this.
Partial success. I had a string on Deuce I was gonna use, but it won't bump me up any. It won't bump me to a full success, so
No, it won't.
that's okay.
As you guys sort of turn, are deciding what to do, you turn back. The fuck did Meg go? Meg's not there.
Jesus fucking.
Meg, you had a sudden feeling of something fleeting in your like I said, this weird thing that you've always had, but you never know exactly how to tap into, sort of takes effect as you are able to put yourself in the path of someone fleeing. And you head towards a tunnel around the corner, and sure enough, see Dusa running the corner too.
Is she close enough to grab her?
Not quite. She's just turning the corner, and you can you could call out to her.
Dusa, the fuck are you doing?
What?
Why are you peeling off from the group?
The what came from right behind you.
I hate that. So I'm looking at Dusa, but she's behind me.
No, you saw Dusa around the corner. You say what? Or you say Dusa, and you hear she was behind you. So you're not sure, was that Dusa you saw go around the corner? Or is this not Dusa behind you? You just saw like a shadow go around.
Yep, okay. I turn around.
You turn around. Back to Thanatos, Hypnos, Theseus.
There's that CW style editing that we all love. Where the fuck did Meg? Is everyone just wandering off? Does nobody know how to walk in a fucking cave? Jesus Christ. Look, just... This is the way to go. We'll find the others. All we did was do twists and turns, right? It wasn't like us taking actual turns. And
oh no, there's many actual turns.
Oh, fucking shit. Oh, great. No, this is fucking fantastic. No, this is my fucking worst nightmare ever. Okay? I've seen The Descent. All right.
Theseus is like, well, I came down here with a purpose. If I have to fight rats, we fight rats.
I mean, we'll come across them eventually. Let's just keep going. We'll find them on the way out or something.
We'll follow back. Unless you want to wander off and go follow your string.
How about you fuck off? How about that?
I mean, we had two already.
No. How about you fuck off, Theseus?
Go brood on a cliff or something. That's what you're into.
You don't have to tell me to brood on a cliff. I'll do it whenever I want to.
We'll go now. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll both brood. You don't have to be here.
I'm trying to figure out how to make sure that I stay in this school. All right? And if it means taking down that fucking thunderclapping piece of shit, then I'll do it.
Oh, so you acted like when I said that he did this, that it was something weird. Now you're going to call him a thunderclapping piece of shit.
Yes, because he backhanded me, and he almost killed me. And he insulted my brother, and he insulted my friends.
Yeah, that's why I took his QB spot from him. I'm going to take him down a peg. If you want to help me with that, great. Otherwise, stop being a goddamn asshole and stay out of my way.
I'm not being an asshole. I just want you to work with me here.
You have to learn to communicate things, talk about your feelings and such, and maybe, just maybe, we can get along. And you little gremlin, you can stay out of my dreams. I know you do weird shit. I've been meaning to say it for a long while, but apparently people don't believe me, so fuck it, I'll say what I feel anyway.
What are you talking about, seeing this weird First of all, do not call my brother a gremlin. Second of all...
Your brother's a gremlin.
My brother's not a Hypnos, you're not a gremlin, are you?
Thank you. I'm a koala.
You know what? Whatever. Let's go find Dusa and Meg, and then let's go punch a rat in the face. Okay?
You mean Zeus, right?
That too.
Okay, too, right? Okay, you guys done? Do you need like a hug? You need like a makeout or something? That was a lot of tension that didn't get. I don't think that got resolved. Oh, it like cut off.
I will communicate better with you if you stop picking on my brother.
Now, what do we say? Go on, go.
Theseus, I'm
Stay
sorry.
out of my dreams, and I will leave your brother alone.
Then
You
stop
know.
dreaming about me. Stop dreaming about me.
I hate you so much.
Shut up.
Hypnos. We'll talk about this later.
I'm gonna set your little fucking nest on fire.
You will
while
do no
sleep.
such thing to his nest.
We have championships to win, so I'm gonna let this slide. But you can't have like practices like you did before. That was absolutely fucking terrible and is below the quality that anyone who ever steps in the ring should expect.
Then show me how to do better. Leader.
You're the leader now, according to Lord Hades.
I wasn't the leader originally.
Yeah, I was leading, and then shit went south because I don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Fair enough, you don't. Well, maybe we can teach each other how to be better leaders.
Yeah. Fine.
And you. I'm going to turn and look at Hypnos.
I thought you were talking to me for some reason. I was like, because you pointed right at the camera. I was like, what?
I'm gonna Deadpool this shit now. No, and you, everybody at home, you sick fucks like this shit. No, okay.
Yes, we do.
Hypnos.
What?
What did he mean about going into his dreams?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Are you lying to me?
No. Why would I lie to my brother? I love very much and would never do anything.
When there were times where we had to do chores around the house from the ages of 5 to 17, you were always sleeping and lazing about, and I was the one always doing the work, Hypnos.
Oh, you're not gonna guilt trip me in front of him, are you?
I am wearing black fingernail polish. I listen
So
to
am
dark
I.
music. I have no problem with guilt tripping anyone right now.
You are absolutely heinous. I can't believe you.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Let's just not talk about this here.
All right. But I expect us to have a full conversation about it. And if you're going into... I don't even know what it means. There's weird shit happening, but if you're going into people's dreams, then you can't do that without consent. I apologize that my brother went into his dreams, into your dreams. If that sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth.
It's fine. I gotta ask you. I've been holding off on this for a while. But there's something weird with ladders, isn't it? And with me. Because that was random as fuck. Even for wrestling things. No one proposed a ladder match.
There's a match that happens in a cavernous room, and somebody calls on forth an opponent called the Demon. It's a ladder.
Are you going to tell? Please don't tell me. Don't. You know what? I don't want to know. Don't want to know because I think I know what you're about to tell me, and I don't want to know how it happens.
I'm interested.
You die at falling off the ladder.
God fucking damn it. Didn't I just say not to tell me?
It's important.
Do you have like a creepy superpower to make me not remember what you just told me? You Brothers Grimm do some like magic shit?
Do you remember everything that happened in the last 15 seconds?
Yes.
No dice.
Y'all think I'm weird for fucking seeing a stream. Let's go find Dusa and Meg.
Please.
With that, our trio proceeds onward. Beneath, live freely, die freely. They proceed down the tunnel. Please, I would like a volatile roll from each of you. Hypnos with the big fail again. Theseus right there failing alongside, even though he's great at volatile. Than, can he do it? Nope, Thanatos failing
God
just
damn
as
it.
badly as his brother. You're walking down this long tunnel that becomes more and more from natural cavern to worked stone. The walls, straightened and smooth, are worked. You can see the brickwork. Strange symbols and patterns along the connecting points. Weird statuesque alcoves along the wall as well. Till eventually you make your way to an intersection. In the middle of this intersection is this your flashlight hitting this thing just creates a burst of color. It's this beautiful green stone statue with multiple snake heads. And as your light from the flashlight just shines and does this sort of prism effect off of it, it's almost like the shines concentrate and coalesce, and these beams of light concentrate towards the three of you. And as you get ready to just instinctually duck out of the way, and part of the stonework from the side, something unnoticed before, it's a goddamn buzzsaw type contraption. This old school Indiana Jones style trap comes flying across knee length at this thing. You're not sure. Some of you, the last thing you remember is this excruciating, ripping pain at your leg. Some of you, the last thing you remember is this blinding, burning light coming from this multi-headed green snake statue. All you know is there is a world of pain and then nothing. Dusa. You're looking for yourself. You nearly find it. You can feel it. You're so close. There's something missing. Something pieced to the puzzle that will make the bigger picture make sense. And you can feel it. You can almost reaching out to it as you're winding through these tunnels. And then there's this feeling, this like drop, like the peak of a roller coaster right before the big fall. This drop in your stomach as you realize something's gone wrong. Something has interrupted the process. Something in your sanctuary has interrupted what was supposed to be. And as you turn the corner, all you see is Meg. I should say a statue of Meg. Is Meg the last thing you remember? Hearing Dusa's voice behind you, turning, seeing Dusa, but that wasn't Dusa. She was older, much taller, had a very different energy about her. You remember the bright green hair, but it was moving, writhing, and you can't even really put in all the details before the last thing you remember is figuring out what sort of version of Dusa did you just run into. Dusa, see this beautiful, statuesque, literal statue of Meg. And while there's something odd about seeing this, you also know that this shouldn't be here. This is the thing that messed up everything else coming together. This is the thing that messed up you getting your answer. This is the piece, someone tried shoving a piece of the puzzle from a different puzzle that doesn't fit. This is an interruption. This is a blight. This is incorrect. But it's your friend. She seems to be in trouble. Even though it's a statue, you know that's her.
My cat started crying.
Same.
How heavy is? Can I like try to pick up the statue? Is it super heavy?
Give me a volatile.
Oh shit. Nope, I did not pick up Meg.
Class, it is a
I
failure.
Got a 4.
Yeah, it's heavy. Surprisingly heavy. Meg's a powerful figure, but not necessarily a large figure. More tall and athletic than bulky. But see, it's solid fucking stone, and it gets away from you quick, and onto the stone floor it goes, and stone on stone shatters to dozens of pieces
no.
around your feet.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I run.
Give me a runaway check.
I run towards the way I think I'm supposed to go. There's got to be an answer somewhere.
Sure.
There's got to be an answer.
Gotta be.
If she's messy, can I be the worst thing she runs into?
I just keep running into the mess. Oh god, I can't clean this up. This is literal hell. Okay. Oh no, it's the only thing I'm good at. I failed. I got a 5.
You know what? I got beef for roll 20 tonight. We gonna fight.
Hold on.
We gonna throw hands.
I'm running. How much? If I use a string on Meg to run away from her, do I pass? What do I need to pass?
You need a 7. So no.
Well,
Class, that is a failure
guys.
on do so. This roll 20 is not fucking around tonight.
Oh no.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of there. You run, turning chamber to chamber, tunnel to tunnel. You think you're getting close to the exit, maybe, because there's a fog, but it's not. It's like it's like incense, but sweeter, more intoxicating. And this fog you're running through puts you in this stupor, puts you in this daze. And you find yourself stumbling out of the cave. Everything that happened in there is a blur to you. You feel good, but confused. But sure enough, there's Meg, there's Thanatos, there's Hypnos, the mouth of this cave. All almost like kind of in a pile. Maybe they're using body heat to stay warm, but just asleep, sort of nestled together. Guess they just left you and decided to take a nap.
Oh. That makes sense. I am gonna run to Meg though, because I just saw her body crumble into a statue and try to like shake her. What happened?
Yeah, Meg, you wake up.
Do I remember any of this?
Yeah, you do.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I don't know. I walked in this room and you guys were all here and you guys did you leave me? Like, did you guys all want to do something? I could.
Meg, you have 2 options. You can become your darkest self, or you can lose all strings you have on everybody, as you have skirted death.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna become my darkest self. Would you like me to read that off?
For the class, please read Meg's darkest self.
Meg's darkest self. Sorry, let me scroll. Everyone deserves to be punished, even if you have not figured out why yet. You look for reasons to punish those who have not given you a reason yet. Even if they do not deserve it, you are sure they will someday. You escape your darkest self when confronted by someone who apologizes for something they did without being coaxed into it, or are yourself justifiably punished for something you did.
Oh no.
So
You wake up, you see Dusa, the person who left, you ran after into the cave, and then nearly fucking died? Maybe did die? Not sure.
yeah, so Dusa comes up and is like, did you leave me? There's like so much anger. Meg's eyes is you're trying to help her up and she just shoves you off. What the fuck, Dusa?
What
Give me
do
a
you mean?
volatile. I
I'd
think
love
in
to.
this, I think Darkest Self Meg is going.
Yeah.
This is going to be.
We're not rolling well, so right?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be a fail and you won't hurt her.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is when we roll bad. Oh!
Full success,
fuck
ladies and gentlemen.
That we pass.
Dusa, take a harm as Meg shoves you hard. As you trip over one of the bodies and you hit the stone back of your head, cracking. Feeling a little bit of warmth. A little bit of fear, maybe. This Meg is...
Yeah.
There's something about her. And you see... This noise wakes the rest of you up. Thanatos, you're the first whose eyes flicker open, and you see this figure, this domineering, angry figure at the mouth of the cave, lightning striking behind her, seeing this silhouette. Hypnos and Theseus kind of come to as well. And to keep things feral, as our three have skirted death, I would like all of you to enter your darkest self. If we can
All right.
No, this is the
Read.
worst place ever for
Damn.
Dusa.
if we can read what the darkest self is. Hypnos, let's start with you. As all three are skirting death.
What was it you were supposed to do again? You are on your way over your head, and you are in need of some serious reorganizing, which you will totally do, but later. It is all too overwhelming right now, and all you want to do is sleep it off or ignore your problems. You will not make progress in accomplishing anything until you miss something with serious consequences, or give someone advice that leads to something bad enough to realize you need to get your act together.
Excellent. Thanatos, we've seen it once, let's hear it again. Your darkest self, please.
Okie dokie day. All right. You were too worried about the fate of others to see your own doom. Your duties are deadly serious, and it is about time others take them seriously. You take the condition doomed. Nothing matters except your work. Other people are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. You only exist to remind them of this. To escape your darkest self, someone must remind you that you are your own person, or you must witness a dark fate shirt.
Finally, Theseus, what is your darkest self?
God. This is great. What is it going to take to show everyone just how great you really are? It isn't enough for people to know how great you are. They need to understand that you are better than them. Battle bonds turn to rivals, and you need to turn every encounter into an opportunity to prove your superiority. You escape your darkest self when you're able to gain self-worth, not at the expense of others. So I'm going to be my darkest self forever, apparently.
Hang on. The combination of Meg's darkest self and Theseus is just going to be an eternal.
So,
That's the game, folks.
bearing this in mind, everyone awakes at the mouth of the cave. Thanatos. It's one extra thing. You remember hearing something right before you blacked out. The words echo in your head. Many words, as if spoken by a group, a choir. We've been waiting for you. But now is not the time. But we look forward to the inevitable. Now you may proceed.
Meg, I'm sorry. What's wrong?
What's wrong? You ran off in there, left us all, and then when I found you, I don't know what the fuck you did.
You weren't you when I found you. You were I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean I wasn't me? That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I turned a corner and there was a statue of you, and then you broke, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why you were there, or what was going on, or.
Do I remember like I was turned to stone? Would I have awareness of that?
You just remember blacking out. You remember turning around, seeing Dusa, but there was something off about Dusa. But who else would that have been? And then you blacked out. You woke up here.
Whatever happened to me, you fucking did.
I didn't do anything.
You ran off. You ran off. Both of you did.
I didn't run anywhere. I was behind you, and then you guys weren't there anymore.
You, and Theseus points at Thanatos, you told me I was going to die on a ladder. Not eat a fucking chainsaw, like a blade from a saw.
Eat a blade from a saw, you're alive, aren't you? You're here.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how. What the fuck was that?
Look. It's not my job to tell you how you die, okay? I saw something, and I wanted to let you know, okay? I was trying to give you a heads up.
You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you. I just told you what I saw, all right? I don't know if that was lying or not.
Well, none of you were dead. You were all just asleep in this room together.
I don't know. Maybe we blacked out. I don't know. God damn it. We're supposed to find out what these fucks are up to, and we can't do that because we just keep on running off all over the place. We can't stay focused on one job. We have to be doing 15 other things.
So you're saying you don't have your own agendas?
No, it's okay. I was just thinking, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for you.
Who?
You.
Me?
Everything just fell to shit when you left.
I don't know what you're talking about. I run.
Give me the roll.
Go for it, babe.
Oh shit.
Better roll good.
Roll high.
Yeah.
Nine.
Partial success. Meg, is there anything that happens on a partial success?
Oh yeah.
So as rules is written, when you run away on a 7 and 9, you get away, but you choose one. You run into something worse, cause a big scene, or you leave something behind. But Megan's ability, Meg, would you read yours?
Yeah, it's called No Escape. And give me one moment. When someone rolls a 7 to 9 on a runaway from anyone except you, you may choose to be the something worse they run into. So I don't know. Is Dusa running away from me?
The last person who yelled at her was Hypnos. Hypnos is the one who sort of triggered this. So no, not necessarily. So
Right.
Dusa takes off, and there's another flash of lightning, sort of blinding for a second as you guys sort of squint, and when you come to, Meg's gone. And Dusa, there's that flash of lightning as you're outside running through this downpour. Flash of lightning, you shield your eyes and come to, and you see the silhouette of Meg in front of you.
Hi.
I want a goddamn explanation.
I don't know what you're talking about. You weren't there, and then I was walking around, and then I saw you, but it wasn't you. It was a statue version of you, and I never saw you before that version, except when we were originally walked in, and then we just kept going, and then you weren't there, and then I don't know what happened, and then you're saying that I turned you into a statue and that you were stone. I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't see you before that happened.
Jesus Christ, you ever speak fucking coherently? And I think I'm trying to shut her down.
Let's do it.
Great.
Which Dusa can do things about too.
Yeah. I gotta know if she's successful at it or
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Okay.
Way roll 20's going. Who fucking knows? Oh.
Partial success.
Yes.
Dusa, you have to roll for yours?
Yes.
All right.
If hang on. If I spend a string to punish someone who I've witnessed shut someone down, which is why I have a string on Dusa, I can get 2 effects out of it. Can those 2 effects add up to a full 10?
No, that wouldn't make it a full success. But I will say, how I'm going to play this off of each other. Well, we'll see what Dusa rolls. Dusa, roll your counter. See if it matters or not. Full success. So.
No, because if I get a success, a 10 or plus, it just doesn't matter what you did. I beat you.
Right. It doesn't matter.
No.
No.
You are stunned. And I choose one of the results.
Deuce has great defense mechanisms against just this. Should have just hit her. She couldn't have done anything about that.
Just punch Deuce in the face next time.
Deusa, what are you choosing for your results here?
Well, 7 or 9, they're stunned, but still choose one of the results of their move. So she still gets a result.
Oh, yeah, because it was... Okay.
Yeah, but she is stunned and stuck in place until I leave.
Yes. But you still get the one that shut someone down. So you can have Deusa lose a string on you. You can gain one on them if they don't have any on you. You could give them a condition. You can take one forward.
And I do have 1 string on you, by the way.
So you want to take that string or give Deusa a condition?
I don't have a good condition right now off the top of my head, so I'll just take the string back.
Okay. Deusa loses a string on Meg. Meg, now you remember, because it just fucking happened again. You look at Deusa. You're stuck in place. You're trapped in your own body, fully aware of what's going on, but none of your muscles reacting as Deusa slinks away into the night. And you are left completely still, just getting poured on by this rain. Back in the cave.
I'm so sorry, I don't know what just happened! And then I run away.
Back in the cave.
You know what? I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake bringing everybody out here tonight, okay? I thought I was going to have a nice night. Will you calm down, please? Thank you.
No.
What everyone's
I knew I was
thinking
going to
right
have
now.
I knew I was going to have a nice... It was going to be... work perfectly. It was going to swell. But I had to bring everybody else along. I had to bring the loudmouth. I had to bring the narcoleptic. And I had to bring around the... just fucking... runaway... I don't even know what to call it. Coward. I don't know. It was supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to work out, and it's just not. It's just not working out at all. And apparently now she can just transport through lightning. That's fucking great. That's wonderful. Fine. Exquisite. Weird shit's just happening abound. I was hoping for a normal school year. Maybe get my studies down. Maybe go to a good college. But apparently that's not happening either.
You can see people die. What the fuck is normal about that?
I don't know. People see people die all the time, all right? Have you ever heard of there are visual and auditory hallucinations that happen with people when they have traumatic events happen to them, all right?
Yeah, you're talking again about shit that I don't care about.
I'm going to punch him.
Volatile, please. To lash out physically.
Oh, okay, it works. All right, yeah, no, fantastic. You know,
Partial
roll
success. Theseus, you take a harm as Thanatos, for not being quite the physical specimen you are, knows how to throw a mean hook, cracks you in the jaw, causing a harm for you. But, Thanatos, please pick. They can learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you. I could decide how the harm turns out. You're already your darkest self, so that's not an option.
I would like for Theseus to learn something about me, and I gain a string on him, please.
Okay. Take your string.
They're back, my babies.
Do you have something specific you want him to learn about you? If not, I can take it.
I would love... So you've already done the bell toll with the rats and everything like that. I would love for there just to be this green miasma of energy that just kind of like radiates off of Thanatos as like he just kind of holds off and cold cocks him. And for a moment, the hand looks like a scythe kind of swiping at him as he just kind of like cocks him and just looks right down at him.
Theseus, you get hit with this vision and this physical contact. You get your bell rung, literally. You hear that. And you have your suspicions. You know shit's not normal here. You know Thanatos definitely isn't fucking normal, and he just proved it.
Would this count as someone defeating me?
Yeah. I want to see where you go with this. Let's do it.
I want to give the conditions rivals to both myself and Thanatos now.
Will you please read the move you are using?
Yes. When someone defeats you, you each can gain the condition rivals. As long as you both have this condition, you may add 1 to rolls to prove your superiority to them, but they add 1 to rolls to shut someone down targeted at you.
Excellent. You two are rivals. But I'm going to say to count this as a defeat, you need to sort of take the L on this one. You take the hit.
Oh, I am.
Yeah,
I am. After seeing the whole scythe thing, I'm a little freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And not freaked out because I saw the scythe, but what I thought about his death shit is true, and it freaks me out. And Theseus grabs his face and then just turns around and runs. Like, goes back to the room, slams the door, goes to bed, sort of thing.
Theseus takes off into the storm, leaving... Go ahead.
As he runs off, Thanatos is going to yell, "That fucking belt is mine."
We are now left with the brothers, Thanatos and Hypnos, in the mouth of this cave. Hypnos just sort of huddled along the wall, seeing this display from Thanatos. What do you do?
They're just gonna push themselves off the cave wall and just start shuffling back towards the school.
Thanatos, just watch your brothers give you that one last lingering look, maybe, before just sort of into the blanket and then into the rain.
I am going to just call out, "Where do you think you're going?"
To bed.
To bed? Just walk away? Just like that?
Yeah, it's my narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy. You know what? I don't know why I bother with you, honestly. I'm trying so hard, Hypnos, to try to protect you, to make sure that you get your work done, and you just can't keep up with it.
And he just keeps walking.
Typical.
With this, Thanatos will be the last to leave the caves. Dusa, as the first back to the school, and the one with the bag and the one with the portrait, do you still plan on putting that up? Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
we put
already
it
did
up
that. You
before
did
we
that
left.
before. Never mind.
Yeah. We did that when we still liked each other.
This is what happens
And
instead.
everything's
You arrive. I'm assuming, are you going back to your room, or do you have anywhere else to go?
I don't think Dusa knows anywhere else to go. She would run back to the room.
You go. Something catches your eye. So you're in sort of, you come from the gardens, go into the east wing, and you see a flicker of light coming from the main hallway.
Go and check it out. Very carefully and suspicious.
As soon as you get to the main hallway, you hear a door close. don't see where that flicker of light came from, but you do see wet footsteps. And you follow them down the main hall to that pool by the entrance. They seem to go into the east quarter, or the west quarter. The classes and whatnot are, or the offices.
Keep going.
Keep going where?
I go towards the east hall where the footprints went.
Yeah, you follow the footprints, get to the door leading to the offices and whatnot. The door seems locked.
Whose office is it?
That's where all the offices are. So there's a
Oh,
door
okay.
leading to that next hallway where like the administration offices, the staff offices, all of that are.
Is this the only door to get in there?
Mm-hmm. You try the door, jiggle the handle, nothing. You step back. A second later, the door opens a crack. You see Achilles. You shouldn't be. What time is it? We have school tomorrow.
Oh, I thought I heard something, and then I saw something weird, so I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yes, Dusa. Everything is fine. You should really get to bed.
Why are there so many wet footprints on the floor? It's probably a safety concern. Is there a mop somewhere? I could clean it up.
I don't know. Why
I
are
just
there
don't want-
so many wet footprints? And he looks at you, soaking wet.
Oh, but there's a second set of wet footprints. See, they lead into the room because that one isn't mine.
I'll see
point
you
to
in
the one
class
that's like,
tomorrow, Dusa.
oh, okay. Have a good night.
You too. He shuts the door.
That was weird. I just head to my room.
And then one by one, our Thana kids head to their rooms. Yes, we got fingers up. May, go.
Did Dusa justifiably punish me by leaving me out in the rain?
Dusa feels bad about it.
Dusa's nodding.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Dusa did not want to do that. It happened. I mean, she did a little bit. April wanted that to happen.
Oh no, it was good. It was good. I'm glad it did.
Thanatos.
Thanatos is not going to his room.
Where's Thanatos going?
Thanatos is going up to where the God Squad stay.
Okay.
And if there's nobody that's going to stop him when he walks up there, he's going to go to Dionysus's room.
Yeah, you open. Actually, it's very late, and they actually seem to be sleeping. So yeah, there's no one in the common room waiting for you. Yeah, you go. You open Dionysus's door.
I'll knock. I'll be polite. I'll knock.
Okay, you knock. No answer.
Nothing. Lousy lush. And I'm going to crack open the door a little bit.
Sure.
Again.
Yeah, it's unlocked. You crack it open. There is a mess, absolute mess of a room that is Dionysus's room. Lots of animal print, some lava lamp action, plenty of lighting going on. What are you doing?
I'm going to go over. If he's there, I'm just going to be like,
He's not there.
Dionysus. He's not there?
Mm-mm.
Shit. I guess I'm just gonna sit down on his bed dejected and just wait for him.
You sit on the bed. You look towards the door where you see Artemis. Didn't even hear. What are you doing?
I'm looking for Dionysus.
Well, he's not here. It's quite late. I'll let him know you stopped by.
Am I being kicked out?
Sounds harsher than I intended it, but I also think it's inappropriate to wait in someone's room in the middle of the night.
Fair enough. Thanatos is going to stand up and is going to stop by Artemis and go, look, I respect you quite a bit. So I just want to let you know that while Theseus might like you...
He said that?
It's pretty evident.
Oh.
Watch out.
Oh. Why?
I don't know if you've noticed, but the one thing that he packed in his suitcase more than his clothes were trophies.
You're saying I'm just game for him to hunt.
I'm not saying anything. I'll see you in Persephone's class. I look forward to...
I would like you to roll
studying.
to shut her down, because in a way you are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Darkest self, baby.
That's the name of this episode, Darkest Self Babies. Full success. And I believe you get 2 things on this.
Yeah, when I roll to shut someone down on a 7 or higher, you may choose an extra option from the list. So I'm definitely going to take a string on Artemis.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely happening.
It's a full success. Yeah, you don't get a condition. You don't even look bad in this situation.
I don't even look bad in this situation. Well, yeah, I'm just trying to help a girl out, you know?
Yeah. What's your second
girls gotta
option?
stick together.
Give them a condition, or you can take one forward.
I'm going to give them a condition. The condition quarry.
Okay. Artemis, you've said it and she feels it, that she is now simply quarry. Does Artemis have? Here it is. This poor person. She just looks down at the floor. Thank you. Shuffles off to her room. This is the first time you've heard her footsteps as her feet drag along the floor. You heading back to your room?
Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud.
Okay. Our Thana kids return eventually, one by one, to their dorms. Probably not much left to be said. It's been an eventful weekend. The next day, school's in full swing. And then this weird energy, this sadness, this mystery, this cloud, this dark cloud that literally and metaphorically is sort of hanging over our group. Time passes. It's not a great start to the semester. So I would like to do... We're going to go through time here. Sort of go through the weeks here. It's probably going to take some time to mend these wounds, if they mend. Give an opportunity for specifics. But I want to get some general ideas of how the next few weeks go for each of our Thonic kids. A couple of things that happen as a result of what you do. There's definitely a big commotion with this Employee of the Month business. Obviously, it wasn't Poseidon who put his own picture up there. Although, you know what? Some people do think he did it as sort of just like a ballsy joke. And he takes credit for it. He knows he didn't do it, but he takes credit for it. And it gives him some cred. It's hilarious. He gets detention, but fuck it. And he's known as he's being a hero and a pretty fucking ballsy, funny dude as well. Zeus fucking hates it. Not that Zeus is the funny guy, but this is just another thing. Just like what Theseus did. He's like, yeah, you're good at this, but I'm good at this, this, and this. He could be Poseidon in most things, but Poseidon's not really a funny guy either, so it's really annoying that this is another avenue that Zeus looks inferior in, that he can't quite just take it back. But Poseidon's popularity certainly benefits from this epic prank. But school starts, and some of you maybe focus on this. What sort of students are Chthonic kids? Sort of how do they approach their classes? What happens here? How do we see them proceeding? Anyone can jump in who has an idea.
I mean, Theseus has already sort of established his way of things. He is books, workout, party sort of person. But since this whole shit with the cave, it's just been books and bullying. Like, he bullies Zeus now. Like, every time he sees Zeus, he just stunts on him. Like, oh, remember when you used to be the starting quarterback? Oh, that was a long time ago. Guess what's never going to happen for you again? Just kind of like going around being a complete asshole. Like, with Athena, as much as he hates doing it, he works so hard to be better than Athena at everything. Not bullying Athena necessarily, but just like when Athena looks like she's about to turn in a paper, he's there first. If she's about to do another project that she might have thought of, he's there just ahead of her by like just seconds. Like that sort of thing with everybody.
Yeah, Theseus fucking killing it, using this very toxic energy, but I mean, he's fucking good. And it's not all talk. He brings it in the classroom, he brings it physically. Yeah, you...
Also, he's taken to working out in the common room with everybody. So you just see him out there with shorts, no shirt on, just pumping iron, dropping stuff, just... He's one of those like loud grunters in the gym.
Yes. As a result of this, non-surprisingly, the distance between you and Athena becomes a chasm. Just widens. As you... She said she doesn't want you to be like the God Squad. You are now just fully embodying what it means to be a god. But you're doing it better than the other gods, so who fucking cares? Artemis. She's just been off. She's got a problem. Clearly, there's something wrong with her. She's hot and cold. You don't have time to worry about. If she can't figure out her feelings, it's not your job to figure out.
Yeah, she was the one that he would try to talk to through this, and at this point, it's just
no.
She don't want to talk. She don't want to talk. Fuck it.
Right. Her loss. You know who's fucking there for you? Goddamn Ares, dude. He's loving this energy. You and him become the fucking dynamic duo. And he's there for you every fucking step of the way. The worst of your habits bring out his and vice versa. He's like, we're fucking bullies? We're bullies now, dude? Let's fucking do it. You guys just become fucking terrorists. Not even against the student at large and the God. You even sort of Ares turns against the God Squad a little bit. He just, again, he's on this fucking warpath. He's on this just fuck everyone, fight everyone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And this is all like Thanatos. I'm going to destroy him in the ring. I am going to absolutely make him wish that he never stepped foot in a ring, that he never watched wrestling on TV, that he never saw someone wrestle in their backyard, that he never played in a goddamn sandbox.
Ooh, and with the fucking tag team of Ares and Theseus, it's fucking on. 100%. Who's next? I want to do Dusa last because Dusa's
Oh.
not in her darkest self, and I think there's going to be a lot of stress of dealing with everyone else in their darkest self. So I want to see how bad it gets for everyone else to see how this affects our poor Dusa. But Meg, Than, Hypnos, do you have anything?
Am I out of my darkest self?
That's true. You,
So I can also go last.
I don't. Yeah, you'll go second to last. I still don't think Meg's gonna be nearly as
Oh,
affected
no.
by this as Dusa. Dusa's the one that's gonna be most affected by her friends becoming mean. We'll go Than or Hypnos next.
Take it away, Hypnos.
You're gonna regret saying that. So we've noticed poor Zeus getting his lumps,
Yeah.
and we're gonna try to find some time to talk to him because he clearly needs someone there.
Where are you finding this time? In real time or in his dreams?
He was going his dreams.
It happens. There's a few nights you make it a habit of visiting his dreams. It becomes easy for you. His barriers are down. And you see the same dream. It's disturbing. It just these violent, just weird power fantasies of Zeus. For a while you watch and observe and learn things about him through. But eventually you decide one night it's time to make yourself known in these dreams. As you do visit a dream that's similar to kind of what Than explained. It's this orgy, this palm-fueled orgy celebrating Zeus, though. It's all about fucking Zeus. Well, literally, and that's also the reason for the season. It's just a thing. And it goes from this to him just like kicking people out, putting people in their place, just establishing he's on top of the fucking mountain. And that's how every dream ends. Him literally like fucking a different person at the actual top of this mountain. How are you going to interfere with this? When do you want to talk to him? Do you want to actually find a moment to pull him aside and have a discussion with him? Or do you want to interrupt one of these weird, disturbing fantasies of his?
Yeah, he's gonna come in like mid weird fantasy, like kicking somebody off or like the carnage that comes with that, and just kind of like watch and then look up at him.
So there's a full
safe word
Mufasa Scar moment of him fucking letting Poseidon fall into the ocean, saying you like to wave so much, fucking catch a wave, dude. Launching him off a fucking cliff, watching him splatter on the rocks in the ocean. And then what do you say?
I don't think he had a safe word.
And he just fucking spins. Lightning strike behind him. Hypnos.
Hi.
He looks confused. The power balance is thrown off a little bit. There's a variable he wasn't ready for. What are you doing
Listen,
here?
You can go back to being a freak. I just wanted to get some advice.
You think I'm going to take advice from the likes of you?
Yeah, you are.
He steps up to you, just towers over you. Let's hear it then.
So you know, I'm at the bottom with Theseus and Thanatos. And everyone in this seems to be ruining your whole thing. And I was thinking, since we've all been having fun lately, that maybe you should, like, have a mole, have an inn.
You would do that? For
We
me?
have some.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
And what, groveling little worm, do you want in return?
How about that?
I think loyal service to Zeus is certainly worthy of a boon, don't you?
That's a great idea. You are so smart.
Among other things.
Clearly.
And he'll reach out, large, powerful hand to shake. Yeah, it just takes it. Takes her hand. All right. So I guess you'll be my little mole. Now, what's this you said about being a bottom? And that is where a dream cuts out. Thanatos.
No, the dream doesn't come back out. It comes back in. It comes back in.
Bruh, just a second, just a little bit, maybe. Does the sex move get used? I don't know. Okay, all right.
Actually, that is a good question. Hypnos, because what happens in a dream affects real life. Is Hypnos getting it on with Zeus in a dream, but would still be able to activate a sex move? That is up to you, Hypnos.
You know what? I was just trying to get out of my darkest self, but why not?
Let's do both. Hypnos out of their darkest self.
Zeus into that darkest self.
Oh my god.
Please.
Zeus was all about that darkest self.
Zeus is all
He was
about
like
that
the black
darkest
of the
bottom.
berry, the sweet of the juice.
The man has an unwashed ass.
Hypnos,
Well,
please, for
hopefully
the class,
himself.
read your sex move. The first sex move of the game.
Oh wow. First of all, I want to thank you guys for making this happen. All right. When you have sex with someone, you can choose to fall asleep together. If they do, they can forget a condition they have. However, you are both likely to oversleep and might miss something important.
Ooh. Okay.
So, since I was so generous and offered myself, I think the condition rude would be the one to drop.
All right. Yeah, let's. Hypnos, no longer rude. Generous, some would say. Beautiful, beautiful. And I have an idea for what you're going to miss. Thanatos.
So Thanatos, true blue, straight up, he's in his darkest self, cuts himself off from everybody, just immediately, just unplugs, like his brother obviously doesn't need him. His brother's fine. His brother's just gonna go sleep through the semester away. That's fine. Theseus, fuck Theseus. Theseus was dead weight. All right. Meg's doing her own thing. Whatever. You know, she's gonna go ride lightning. Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. He's not here to be in relationships. He's not here to be fucking around in drama and all this shit. He has thrown himself wholly and completely in his work, in his studies. He is trying his best to, in his own way, be the best. And it's not just like he's not doing it for glory. He's not doing it for recognition. He's doing it because that is his purpose. He is trying to find his purpose. It is what the headmaster Hades has said from the start. We're here to find your purpose. And so every day he is working and he is collected. So throughout the days of like when they were at Skelly's together and all these things that they were doing together, you would notice that he's writing in a notebook. There's a moment where he goes to the Lady Nyx, because Lady Nyx said, I want you to write something about the people around you. Mm-hmm. I want you to tell me your observations about the people around you. And in a fucked up 10 things I hate about you kind of style thing, Thanatos goes before Nyx. Doesn't go for anybody else, because he understands that this is not for anybody else. This is just for work. Goes to the Lady Nyx and says all of the good qualities about each of the people that he has spent his time with here so far, and all of their bad qualities. He has listed a pros and cons list about how they are good. Like he goes into Dusa and he says that Dusa is a very clean person, a very focused person, that is very like a hardworking person, But Dusa has no spine. Dusa is spineless. Dusa will never, ever in a million years put herself up for anything that has anything ambition-wise. Hypnos has a kind heart and has a very observant eye and take things in very well. But Hypnos has no drive. Hypnos has no way to be able to Hypnos will never and it always goes down to has no ambition. Meg is one of the strongest people that he has ever met. Meg is one of the most fiercest people that he's ever met. Meg will go far in life, but Meg will always be held back by the fact that she will never be able to control herself. She is always going to give in to rage, and she is always going to act irrationally over acting rationally in situations. Theseus is one of the most talented, one of the most best physical specimens, intellectual specimens, is a tactician. But there is one thing that will always get him from Theseus, and that is Theseus himself. There is a big black dog that follows Theseus around, and it is his own insecurities, and it is his own shortcomings. And he goes down the list. He goes into the gods, too. He goes into the god squad and just lists them all out for the Lady Nyx. And just fucking goes, is that what you wanted?
Yeah, Nyx obviously would have a long pause, troubled look upon her face. These are your true thoughts, my child?
You told me to observe those that were around me. You told me to learn and bask and enjoy myself, and I tried that, and it led only to disappointment. So I just gave a very clinical and honest look at everyone here.
I see. We have more to do.
More to do. I did what you asked me. I did the goal set in mind.
I want to show you, and you can see she's a tear that she wipes away. I need to show you the power of purpose. I don't think you're ready, but we don't have any other choice. You need to be ready. Do you trust me, Thanatos?
Well, you've been my chosen mentor throughout this whole thing. You're the one person that understands me. You're the only other faculty member here that listens to good music other than Orpheus, but I can't stand him.
And come with me.
I will follow.
As she leads you away, let's go to Meg. Meg.
Okay.
You're not in your darkest self. But how do the following weeks look to you? And you potentially have an opportunity. Well, let me know first. But also, you can definitely tell that other people are not in their right mind. So you're one of the few who might have a chance to help them out of that, if that's something Meg desires. Or if they're being jerks and you're going to leave them to it, that's an option too.
Yeah, I think Meg probably tries to talk to Thanatos just because they had a moment, but if he stonewalls her, and I'll kind of defer to you, Wes, as to how that would go on his end, she's not gonna push. She's not gonna have a vulnerable moment. She's not there yet.
Not to overstep
So-
on you, Wes, but yeah, I think in this state, it's something that maybe could be cracked, but it would definitely require a push. If Meg isn't willing to
Yeah,
put
she's
forth
just
that
gonna,
effort, then she probably isn't going to get very far.
no. However, Aries asked Meg about a band a few episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And if Aries and Theseus are being dicks, that's something that I think Meg might confront a little more. One, because she's interested in that, and two, she might need a boon, but she's gonna, I don't know.
What do you mean confront a little more? Like
I don't
be part of it or try to ruin it?
Try to, I guess, try to stop it or shut it down, because she's not. If Aries is going to be doing this shit with Theseus right now, like, she isn't gonna. She'll try to shut it down, but she's not gonna stick her head up too far, especially if the two of them are teaming up to do it. So I don't know. I don't remember the rules for Theseus's Darkest Self ending, so. But I think that is a thing where she's interested.
He is to gain self-worth not at the expense of others. So is the intention just to shut it down, or is the intention to try to break through to Theseus then and make him realize he doesn't necessarily need this Ares stuff or whatever he's on? Which again, getting through to anyone's darkest self is going to require some commitment.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna do that. That's not Meg right now. She's because she is.
Megan do anything?
Yes.
All right, what's Meg doing
Okay.
besides not committing to helping her friends?
Sorry. Meg is going to make an effort to keep her part of the common areas really clean for Dusa.
Okay.
And generally, probably that night, said a very quick sorry, and then went to bed, and would just slowly try to. I don't know, their relationship. They had a friendship, I think, and or Meg. I think Meg at least thinks they had a friendship, whether or not Dusa was just scared of her. So she tries to make an effort so that slowly over time that gets a little better, and they can kind of talk more about what an asshole Theseus is being.
Okay.
And then class-wise, I think she probably gets into if they're doing independent studies or whatever, probably tries to get in with Achilles, as he was an action star. I imagine she probably watched some of those movies as a guilty pleasure. And even though it's history and she's not super into it, he seems like a cool guy, and he's their coach for wrestling, and she's not going to train with people who are being assholes, so she probably tries to vibe with him.
Okay. That's a good thing, too. If each of you can essentially pick a teacher that you would sort of pick as your mentor for the thing. We'll circle back to the people who we missed before. Dusa. Sweet, poor Dusa. Everything is falling apart. The only person who seems to halfway have their shit together isn't helping at all to repair things. It's a little overwhelming, but Medusa's used to overwhelming workload. It's probably going to be a rough few weeks. What's going on with Dusa? What's going on with school? Who's going to be her staff mentor? And what's her goals with her friends?
Well, one, Dusa, especially at first, kind of throws herself into the studies. Meg apologized, and she's like, oh, okay. I apologize too. I'm sorry. And it's going to be really awkward and weird for a little bit.
Meg sticks her head back out and just says, don't be sorry, and then closes the door.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not. Good night. And I think they're gonna be okay. It's gonna take a couple weeks because Dusa is now terrified and a little hurt, but shit. She's gonna throw herself into her studies. I think Persephone is gonna be her student advisor, just because the whole pomegranate situation. She feels, and then the nurse situation. It's just she feels
Makes sense.
feels that's a good place for her. I want to say I don't help them just because April's pissy at Wes for that and things she hates. But Dusa, being the duty-bound Gorgon that she is and cares about this group for some crazy reason, is going to start making her way around to try to like talk them out of it or like shake them out of it.
I'm going to say pick one. You think you Dusa, for all of her things, she's always around, she's good at observing people. I think Dusa can help either one of these individuals out of their darkest self. You're two polar opposite leaders, but you don't have time to work on both of them. Again, and you don't have help.
Shit.
So who's the one going to be? Whether that's who you just think
There's
deserves
three,
it more,
though, right?
Who's the one?
Okay. Finn is out.
Hypnos,
Hypnos
you
is
don't
out.
know, but Hypnos got out of it in a way that will, I'm sure, have no consequences later. Hypnos eventually starts acting like Hypnos itself. I also think, because we also established this early when we were like trading strings in our session 0, that throwing yourself into studies also meant covering like Hypnos's homework during that period.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. I do take notes for everyone.
Dusa has strings that Hypnos is weirdly just killing it in school. 0 effort. Dusa really just like helping that along, especially for the first few weeks, much to Theseus's chagrin. Hypnos every once in a while will pop up with the highest score in a class or did best in the test. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Totally edit Hypnos's papers.
Yeah. And that's just another way to throw yourself into things, and that's how you sort of, in your mind, like, okay, Hypnos is fine. But the other two, whether it's who deserves it more, or maybe who's most dangerous in this thing, and who would be best for the group if they weren't like this. There's a lot of things to consider. But God, you get one.
You're so happy right now about putting me in this distress. I think out of the two of them, Theseus is going to be the bigger asshole and the one who's going to push Dusa away the hardest. So I think she's going to help Thanatos more. Because I just don't think Theseus would let her help.
Okay.
Like, I figure after like 1 or 2 times of Theseus like being really rude to her and like going full god mode, she's just like, okay, fine.
Okay.
And tries Thanatos next, because he's just...
So how would Dusa remind
cool.
Thanatos that he is his own person?
So one of these days, she's going to go to Thanatos' room. Could we have a talk?
A what?
Can a talk? I mean, we can walk, but I just need like a few minutes of your time, please.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Thanatos will turn down the music and be like, "Watch out for the candles."
They smell very good. No. You've been kind of aggressive with everyone, and you weren't like this before. And you were. I'm not saying that it's necessarily wrong, but I don't think this is you. You have this. I think you're letting this get to you and being in charge, and the whole Theseus yelling at us and saying that we had weird things going on. But we're not weird. We're just being us, and we like us as we are because that's who we are. And if we weren't us, then who would we be? So I don't know. I think you were better when you were you and not trying to dissect everything and take all this pressure on yourself.
Dusa, are you standing up to me?
I don't know if I would be standing up to you. I'm just telling you how I feel. And I think that's important. We're supposed to do that. That's what we've been learning in class.
You said I've been aggressive. Have I been neglecting my duties as a leader?
I mean, you're not really leading any of us. You're pushing us all aside and telling us how we're all flawed, but you're not telling us how we can do better or become better as a group. And I mean, when we were started the whole training thing, you wanted us to train together and be a good group together. And now everyone's training separately and everyone's in different rooms and we're not working together anymore.
I mean, Theseus wanted to do his own thing. He's got his buddy now, Ares, and I mean, Meg doesn't really have to train at all. Hypnosis, lost cause, and, well, I mean...
If you really don't believe in any of us that much, why are you here? I guess...
I think Thanatos sits down at that. And he looks at the picture that's on his desk of a little hairless cat and him kind of holding it. Is it really important to you that we all train together?
I think it's important to us that we're together. None of us has been as good now that we're all separate. And I miss us.
I will dwell on what you told me, and I'll think about it.
Okay.
And I will take it to heart.
That's the best you can do. Thank you. And Deuce is gonna jump up and actually like hug Dan. And oh, I'm sorry. I should go.
It's fine. Dusa, before you go.
Uh-huh.
A couple weeks back, you sat with me and we talked about music for a little bit. It's old and archaic and you might not have a way to play it, but I made a CD for you.
No one's ever done that for me before. Thank you.
It's none of the stuff that we talked about because you don't need to know about Joy Division or The Cure or anything like that. You can just go and listen to them, but it's some of my favorites and I wanted you to listen to it in case you wanted to, if you find some time where you're not studying or training.
I would love to listen to it. Thank you. This means a lot to me. And then she hugs him again and then runs.
Beautiful. This moment happens in our time. And with this, start looping back around, hitting our mentors. Hypnos, who would Hypnos choose for their mentor? Mentor.
Probably Orpheus for being the easiest.
Thank you for that. Okay. Thane?
It's gonna be Nyx. It's probably the only teacher that he has really felt a connection with, and it has actually given him the proper attention that he needs. He's not an athlete, so Sisyphus doesn't work. And though as much as he likes Achilles has already picked Meg, and he's not even gonna step near Patroclus like at all. And Orpheus, fuck no. Come on now, no. That hack, no.
Theseus.
Theseus absolutely picks Patroclus.
I knew that.
Because he fucking hates him and he has to prove himself. And whatever shit that they have, he goes in there stubbornly every day, however mad he gets, he has decided that he's not going to kick the shit out of him. He's just going to stubbornly make him teach him everything he knows.
I love it. With our mentor selected, returning back to right before we pick things up for next time, we see Nyx lead Thanatos back to her office. As I said, I need you to understand how important it is to know yourself and the power of understanding your purpose. She shows you to a large mirror in her room. You gaze into, you watch Zagreus, hands up out of the Mates Forever off the cliff and out of the ocean. See Zagreus, Theseus, the beautiful reverse moonsault, crack into him. See him pulled from the pool in the main area. And then you see a series of just freak accidents happen to this poor kid over and over and over. And each time he is pulled or fished from some sort of body of water. And you see, if you weren't already out of your darkest self, you'd be seeing a dark fate shirt. She says, Zagreus' purpose is not to die, at least not here, at least not yet. And because he knows his purpose is not that, he can't be stopped by it. As long as you know what you should be doing, nothing can stop you. And as time continues to pass, and we get closer, weeks turn to a month, turn to another month. People start to chill out a little bit. Not Theseus, though. Zagreus does return from his injuries, officially. A fan, you knew this was coming before. He's no longer your roommate, though, Theseus. You do get a roommate, though. Is none other than Hermes, who's been kicked out of the God Squad, and Zagreus brought into the fold. And with this final sort of announcement made as you show up one day to Hermes in your room, who passes on the message of what's happened, a couple weeks left to our homecoming dance, which we will be getting into next session. We will end this session. Went a little late, but stuff got wild. So thanks for sticking with us. That's been episode 5 of Hades High School. Time passes. You can't play a high school game without a dance. And we're dancing next time. We'll see what happens in that dance. Normally, things were on the up and up, and it was going to be a nice little thing. But now I'm very excited to see how these dynamics play out. And it's going to be... Thank you for these gifts, everyone. And thank you, Roll20. Let's all give a round of applause for Roll20 for absolutely shutting down this group of players.
Oh, Roll20 just take a poop on me. Just poop emojis all across the screen every time I rolled. Except for the one time against Zeus.
Yeah, weren't counted. Let's go around. Let's hear who you are, what you're up to, where people can find you. Always in our normal order, starting with Vin.
Hey guys, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA. I'm a voice actor. Does a little streaming sometimes. Catch me Thursday with Wes on Carrying Comfort Studios for Down Deep. We're wrapping that up, and that's just as exciting. And on Friday, I'll be with Critical Misses for Growing of the Dim.
Ooh, okay. Wes.
Hey there, howdy, how's it going? My name is Wes Franks. I'm the creative director and founder of Carrying Comfort Studios. I do a bunch of other shit around the internet, yada yada yada. You can catch me, like Vin said, on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, playing Down Deep. Friday night, we do not have our normal Abnormalcy stream. A lot of life is getting in the way of that. So instead, you can find me. I will be on stream playing the game After Party, which is two friends.
Love After Party.
Such a good game.
Have to drink their way out of hell. So it's a great game. It's made by the people that made Oxenfree, so I'm very excited to dive into that and play that on stream. It's probably going to be a long one because I want to take it all in full. And then other than that, Sunday night, this is a little bit different, but I'm going to kind of promote something else just because if there's any wrestling fans in the house. Sunday night is AEW All Out. Which is one of the biggest pay-per-views for wrestling, AEW, all that kind of stuff. I will be graciously hosting a watch party for it in my server, my Discord server. You can find it, Carrying Cover Studios. You can find a link on it, all my links like that. BYOB, because it's the internet. And, bring your own wings, all that good stuff. But it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. If you have nothing to do on Sunday and you would like to come hang out with a good group of folks, will be in a push to talk, so it's not hectic kind of situation. Push to talk voice channel, watching wrestling, hanging out with each other, and having a fantastic time. Just kind of, together over all this stuff, over one of the most electrifying and beautiful things that have ever graced this earth at all, which is professional wrestling. It will be in Chicago with CM Punk there, so, come hang out. And that's me. And you can also follow me on Twitter and all stuff like that.
Cancel my plan so I can do that. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ms. Petty Dreadful. Haven't posted on Instagram in 100 years, but who knows? Maybe I'll do it again someday. You can catch me playing games over on Table Goth. You can check it out on Twitch and YouTube. There's a bunch of cool stuff. Watch our Good Society run. It was super fun.
April.
Hi everyone, I'm April. You can find me all over the internet as April Raygun. Kind of light on stuff right now, but we have a lot of stuff starting next month, so make sure to follow me on the social medias. And if you don't watch wrestling on Sunday and you're in Atlanta, there's a lot of shit going down next weekend. We got Dragon Con. I'm going to be everywhere. There's going to be panels. We got friends throwing panels. So if you're in the Atlanta area going to Dragon Con, hit us up because I think I just volunteered to run a game. I don't know what's going on at Dragon Con, but we'll be there and there's some crazy shit happening. There might be a live show. I don't make promises.
Okay. Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, aka Dimples and Dice around the internet. That's where you can find me. Twitch, Instagram, yada yada yada, all that jazz. It's gonna be a relatively slow week for me. I'll be traveling this weekend, so I will not be around. Because holiday weekend, good times, good friends, yada yada yada. Check my Twitter though, because there'll probably be pictures of shenanigans that go down. Though you can catch me on Thursday and probably Friday as well on my channel streaming Psychonauts.
Ooh.
The new Psychonauts 2. I want to play that, so I look forward to doing that on stream, and that should be probably around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern time because I have other previous engagements in the morning time. So
With that, I'm Bully. I run things at Table Goth. Most of our stuff's on YouTube, including tutorials, where I just, a few hours ago, with my dear friend Mandy, made another one. So that'll be out in 2 months when I'm finished editing it, because we just rambled for a long time. It was great. Yeah, check our stuff out in there. And I'm excited to talk about the show, so I'm going to skip most of my things. I play a game. I play on Thursdays and Table of Horrors. Want to break from the other game. Table of Horrors is getting very good. It's been good. It's getting better, I should say. So we're steering towards something that should be interesting. So watch me play Zemitzi on there when I'm not doing stuff on here. Otherwise, this has been Hades High School. And that's it. If I have an outro, I forgot what it is. Goodbye, everyone.